Where we surrender, we move in rhythm, breath tangled with breath. Slow burning fire, no rush, no depth to measure yet. Every touch is a language the soul understands. Skin becomes scripture beneath trembling hands. Time melts away with each whisper you give. Pleasure turns sacred the moment we drift. Bodies align like cosmic design. Two sparks remembering they were one the whole time. We're going to that place in between your thoughts, to the place that the sages taught, where we surrender and time is lost. We will dissolve into the truth we sought. Breathe slows down, all the world is gone. Just a passion and light, no beginning, no end, just us. That's the moment we reach nirvana tonight. We're going to that place in between your thoughts, to the place that the sages taught, where we surrender and time is lost. We will dissolve into the truth we sought. Breathe slows down, all the world is gone. Just a passion and light, no beginning, no end, just us. That's the moment we reach nirvana tonight. Your pulse is a mantra, repeating my name. I feel you surrender, then rise in the flame. Energy spirals from root into crown, up through the spine as the walls tumble down. No thought, no control, just the flow of the now. Every barrier dissolving somehow. We're not chasing release, we're learning to stay in the wave where desire and spirit both sway. To that place in between your thoughts, to the place that the sages taught, where we surrender and time is lost. We will dissolve into the truth we saw. Breathe slows down, all the world is gone. Just a passion and light.
All right, peace and blessings, peace and blessings. Peace and blessings to the family. Peace and blessings to the New Life Tools family. Peace and blessings to the Mental Alchemy family. Peace and blessings to everybody. Peace and blessings to everybody. We got a very interesting one for y'all tonight. By the way, for those who don't know, I saw a couple comments. For those who don't know, you can go to Spotify, type in Brother Yosef, and you will see all my tracks. This track is available on Spotify. If you want to support, you can go over there. It's available on iTunes, all that stuff. You know what I mean?
So by a song, Yosef, I'm curious on how you wrote it.
I'm a poet. For those who don't know, you know what I'm saying?
I write poetry. I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so I write love poetry, scientific poetry. And, you know, when I feel that vibe, you know, well, of course I wrote these to actually, for our event, to push the love frequency, you know what I'm saying? And everything like that. The twin flame frequency, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm a poet, you know what I mean? I love writing poetry, and I just had to get these to the people, you know what I mean? Had to get these to the people. So I'm glad you guys like it. I'm glad you guys vibing with the vibration of it. I appreciate that.
It's a beautiful thing because we're entering into a time where, you know, the AI is setting a vibe, and we can't deny it. It's almost like, you know, I'm sitting there listening. I'm like, God dang, what's this nigga name? You know what I mean?
No doubt. I appreciate it, man. I'm just grateful, you know. I'm just, you know, I'm not trying to blow up and be big. If it happened, it happened. I'm just giving out music to people who love it. I know good music when I hear it. So I appreciate y'all so much, man. Appreciate everybody so much for supporting that. And I'm always writing something new on the way. I'm really getting addicted to writing music because I'm realizing poetry and writing music is the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
No, kind of sort of. So yes, y'all. Yes. Welcome everybody. Before we say anything else, I want to let you guys know that we are having an event on February 14th, which goes into the topic that we're going to be talking about today for the brothers. But we have an event on February 14th, $70 for singles, $100 for couples. Come through, family. It's going to be a panel. It's going to be at the Shrine of the Black Madonna. All right, come on out. We're looking for your twin flame, right? Absolutely. I'm believing it. You know what I mean? If you're looking to meet new people, in the spiritual community, we trying to create that space. So come on out. If you're single, $70, couples, $100. All right. Me, Brother Dreamwise and his wife, we're going to make this thing happen. You know what I'm saying? So come on out. We'd love to see y'all.
I had just got my hair done, Joseph. I was telling you earlier, getting my hair done, and it's right by the shrine where I get my hair done. It's like a historical marker, black salon, where they do natural hair, dreads, and all of that, and wigs. And essentially, the females in there, because there was 3 of them, I had the flyers with me. They was with it because they stay around the corner and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I was like, hey, and they're familiar with the shrine. They know what it's about. And, the shrine is one of them historical markers where people's, at the shrine, all right, bet, we're going. Oh, okay, bet, I can do that quick. You know what I mean? So they were excited. They were, moved to meet new people. You know what I'm saying? Just based off of how I was explaining it. And these females that I was talking to, particularly, they believe in the Black Jesus and stuff like that, but they're still spiritual in a sense, you know what I mean? Because that's kind of where the shrine in that kind of area started. But essentially what we're trying to do is just transform minds and transform people to become a person of value so you can mate with the right person.
Absolutely. That's all we're trying to do, y'all. We're not on here to debate. Last time I seen a few debatable questions, people wanted to come on debate. We're not going to debate you. You're wasting your time. You know what I'm saying? We're here to give you a perspective from men who are already doing it. We got our queens. You know what I'm saying? We got our goddesses. We got our families. We got children. So we already doing it. We just trying to get games to the young bloods, or maybe somebody our age who is still looking for someone. We just trying to give y'all game and make you think about things. You know what I'm saying? Plus, we're trying to, talk about, family. The family structure is something that can't die. It has to continue. And, we want to continue to push that. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, tonight, y'all, we're going to be talking about, should men still court women? Very interesting topic. Should men still court women? And, of course, today, mostly, we're going to be talking to the brothers. You know what I'm saying? To put stuff in y'all mind. So, I say this a lot, y'all, but I'm just being honest. I probably talked to thousands of people already since I've been doing consultations. I talk to people every day on the phone, y'all. And I'm telling you, I hear relationship questions. I hear financial questions. And when it comes to relationship questions, I give a lot of advice to young brothers that's coming up and, trying to give them the right things. And one thing I noticed is that there's not a lot of courting anymore. There's not a lot of courting. There's not a lot of taking your time to really see if this is the woman. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The whole courting process is a ritual, y'all. It's a spiritual ritual to see, first of all, if both of y'all are patient enough to get what you deserve, to get what you want. Also, to really get a chance to see who a person is. Right. But Netflix and chill got popular, and also we got a lot of young kids saying, well, times have changed.
Right, exactly.
Even the Bible tell you ain't nothing new under the sun. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, things don't change, they evolve. You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't mean change in the way you think it means. But what would you say on this, brother Dream?
Well, I think one of the biggest aspects that I see is that the kids today is programmed based off of the rap music and where the powers that be want to lead the melanated community. So essentially what happens is we're infiltrated with a thought form, a thought virus that doesn't serve our greater good as building family units. You know, back in the day when KRS-One and some of the more conscious rappers were moving into the space of, you know, expanding thought, they were basically speaking on the aspect of, you know what I'm saying, they wasn't coming at in this kill energy, you feel me, or like club hopping, or you know what I'm saying, cheating type of aspect. They're more so, you know, speaking on self-love, and understanding that self-love also means your mirror.
Yes.
So nowadays they programmed us with the TV, with the hip hop, with the illusionary rap. And have you heard R&B lately, Yosef? God. Every other song is cheating. They can't even see, they don't even have a tone, you know, it's not even really sonically sounding good, except for Leon Thomas and Sir Leon Thomas and a few others. But everybody else, even Chris Brown, you know what I'm saying, they'll push that narrative of, you know what I'm saying, hey, I met you tonight. What's that what's the guy's name? We're gonna fuck tonight. We're gonna fuck tonight. What's that song? Yeah, that little guy, right?
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying, this narrative has been pushed crazy into our minds. And essentially, you know what I'm saying, Future, some of these big megastar rappers, Drake, like his whole album was about, you know, being a male gigolo. So we just got to understand that, you know what I'm saying, it's not necessarily their fault. And another big aspect is the non-fathers.
Yes, I agree.
The lack of fathers in the community, or the lack of leaders in the community to lead these young men into a particular way to understand the family structure 1,000. So, you know, because I have a whole bunch of consultations, and we talked about a few different consultations where we even run into clients, the same thing, same narrative. And it's kind of like the same story. But one thing I try to get to the root of is, okay, where did you get this kind of mindset from? And, you know, what happened to you as a child, or where is that particular energy of leadership that you're lacking? You feel me? Because I didn't have a father either. And in me not having a father, essentially, I had to figure it out on my own. But my sons, oh boy, they're gonna have a wow, I can't, you know what I mean? Just a amount of knowledge and understanding and confidence that I'm gonna portray into them is gonna be gold.
Yeah, you know, being that we talking about that, let's look at the definition real quick, since we're talking to the brothers mostly. You know, we'll talk to you sisters as well. But let's look at the definition of principles. Principles are fundamental self-authored rules or truths that guide behavior, right? So your principles are going to guide your behavior, right? So one of the first people to put principles in you is your parents. You know, certain principles, and then you grow up and you kind of get your own mind, and you decide what principles you're going to follow. They serve as a personal societal code to navigate life, right? So if you're having troubles in your life, this goes for men and women. You're having troubles in your life, you don't know how to navigate, you don't know what moves to make. It's because you're probably not operating in the right principles in your life, right? There's life principles, key principles that people should have in life. Many people just live. They go to work, they go hang out on a weekend, and then they get up and do it again on Monday. They just live. They have no principles, you know. And I talked about this all last year, y'all. Principles and morals are important. You know what I'm saying? But principles. So what Dream was just saying about his sons, he's going to instill these principles, whether they're spiritual principles, manhood principles, into his sons. And then they see a father that's already with their mother. They're going to want the same thing as they get older. For the most part, you know what I'm saying? There's always, you know, but for the most part. Now let me read this too. This is a quote. I believe that any man without principles that he is already and willing to die for at any given moment is already dead. and is of no use or consequence whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Read that one more time. I believe a man without principles that he is ready and willing to die for at any given moment is already dead and is of no use or consequence whatsoever. So I respect personally, I respect street dudes more than I respect a lot of spiritual people.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I'm saying that is because one of the biggest problems we got in the spiritual community, and like I said, I'm not just a guy that's running my mouth. I talk to tons of people. One of the biggest problems we got is that we have no principles.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? People just living. And I'm thinking that we need to ground in that to create a better community. You know what I'm saying? We need to ground ourselves in certain principles. You know, you ain't got to follow my principles, but there's many spiritual principles out there. Kabbalah principles, Buddhist principles, you know, left-hand path principles, right-hand path principles. Everybody got principles. But I just want to let you guys know to just be walking around with no principles. You're not following no principles. You hear the dudes in the street, I die for this. You know what I'm saying? This is such and such. You know, I die for this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I heard a dude one time said, man, forget you and everything you stand for. You know what I'm saying? And the dude got offended because he stood on his principles. You know what I'm saying? And you got people walking around with no principles. So I'm saying all that to say, this is something I want the men to get into their brains before you start courting a woman. You need to stand on something.
Facts. Yep, that's good. Yo, that's power. That's power. And we're reading the book in my Patreon, Self-Unfoldment by Disciplines of Realization, Manly P. Hall. And essentially what this book is saying is, let me see if I can, so y'all can go get this, because this is a must-have. Let's see. All right. I can see that. Right. And essentially it's basically talking about what Yosef is talking about, principles. So we're basically at the groundwork of disciplinary ideas and thoughts to move into and to move with in order to, you know, become the best version of yourself.
Right.
And essentially, you know what I mean? I heard you say this once, Joseph. You was like, hey man, you got to find the spiritual system. Find the spiritual system and follow it. You don't care what it is. If you just follow it, and you know what I mean, at least you have some kind of integrity about yourself that says, oh, I'm just not wishy-washy, right? I'm actually moving with some groundwork to be an example, to be, you know, a leader. And I think that brings us to our point with courting versus dating. A lot of times when we're talking about courting, we're talking about, you know, dealing with a female, or dealing with a female man in a particular way of leadership, of trying to understand who she is before, you know what I'm saying, you try to get into her drawers. Understand if she's worth your time. Understand if she's actually a person that you can mesh with, that you can vibe with. See, dating is the idea of, okay, we're just going to have fun. This ain't really serious. This ain't nothing that we're going to grow on. Courting is you being able to fall into a space of saying, this could be my wife one day.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So the first thing that men see is, you know, the looks, right? Because, you know, that's the first thing primarily that attracts men, right? Their looks. We're physical in nature. So essentially, once you know that she's somebody that you can, you know, physically are appealed to, now is basically you understanding her mind. And that's actually the biggest part.
Right.
So a lot of times we got it backwards. We're looking at her physical, but she can be crazy as batshit. She could be Batman on another level. I see them, Yosef. Be fine, physically fine, mentally crazy. I'm talking about gone out of there. You be like, what in the world? Like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs type crazy. Like you be like, wow, hey, okay, let me take a step back.
Right. And you know, I'm sorry, go ahead, brother.
No, go ahead, Yosef, you got it.
I want to say this too. That's why I tell people beauty is a gift and a curse. You know what I'm saying? Being attractive is a gift and a curse. Because the problem is, right, you got the reason why a lot of attractive women can have a lot of issues, because a lot of times they've been hit on by men since they was 12, 13, 14 years old.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They always been the cute girl in the class. So eventually that leads to sexual intercourse.
Right.
Eventually, right? And this girl has been getting hit on by all these men. And if she's one of them pretty girls that like the bad boys, then you know what the bad boys' agenda is. They're gonna try to run through her.
Right.
And we keep it real. We're gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying?
Keep it real.
Bad boys are going. They hunt for the innocent, pretty girl. You know, I ain't just gonna say drug dealers. I'm gonna say bad boys in general. You know, they gonna hunt for the pretty girl, and then by the time she's 30, she done slept with 100 dudes.
Right.
We'll keep it real, right? Now you're trying to get with her, and she has the DNA of 100 men inside her. So you look crazy. You looking at her like she crazy. Like, no, you crazy. You know what I'm saying? And we're not talking down on the sisters. We just speaking facts, y'all. Right? And then so sisters, like respect yourselves, especially the sisters that y'all know y'all fine, y'all know look well. Make a man work for it, not just if he got money. Right. You know, make a man see your worth, like value yourself, because it's the truth that women, y'all have value already. Right. You know, women are valuable. Like from when you're young, right? Even a little girl, like if you a young girl, your daddy and your mama look at you as precious. The son is precious as well, but the son is more forced to go get it. You know what I'm saying? He got to go get it how he live. You're gonna kind of be more lenient on your daughter, right? The man has to create value. This is the facts. If you don't got no money and you 31 years old, 32 years old, and you ain't got no money, most women gonna look at you as a bum. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not so much when you're in your 20s, but when you hit about your 30s and you don't got no money, the women are usually gonna look at you and say, he's a bum, he has no value to me, he can't take care of me. You know what I'm saying? He can't provide for me, right? He can't provide for me. So you know, and this is the thing that people fall into. So I want the brothers, like, as we move forward, first of all, you know, if you want a good book on principles, I wrote this book called Tribology, the Book of Change. I recommend you guys getting that. You can go to Write the New Life Tools and grab that, $25. But I'm going to recommend the young brothers, you know what I'm saying? Before you think about courting a woman, you young, you going, you know, but before you think about courting, really focus on getting your stuff together, right? Don't be a young brother that just depending on people, or, you know, you got to be out there hustling, grinding, doing what you do from a young age. You got to have that mindset. You can't depend on mama. You can't depend on daddy. You can't be waiting for stuff to happen. No, you got to go make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Or you'll be 45, 50 years old with nothing going on. You're going to have to find a way. And you can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me no excuses. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of hard on men because it really ain't no excuse. If you want it, it's going to happen for you. Right. It's just the facts. Right? And you have to develop that mindset as a young man. So if you're thinking about, before you think about courting a woman, get your stuff together. You ain't got to be rich, but at least have a job, at least be able to take care of yourself before you think about courting a woman. Well, if not, then what are you really courting her for? Because let's read the definition real quick of courting. Let's see what courting means. Courting is a purposeful, traditional process of pursuing a romantic relationship with a specific and serious intent of leading to marriage. So the courting process eventually is if a man's trying to court you, that means he's trying to lead to marriage. Right. He thinks you're valuable enough. Sisters, if a man ain't trying to court you, he just trying to figure out where you stay at. He's trying to get you to the hotel on the weekend. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to get up with you real quick.
In the car and stuff. Yeah.
He don't value you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he don't value you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's good, yo. So I guess the question would be then, like, how does someone heal themselves to be able to court a woman? You feel me? Because essentially what's happening is with melanated brothers, and you know, this is for all brothers, essentially what happens is we fall into this trap and lingo of you know, doing what the rappers do, doing what the celebrities do, doing what the unconscious does, and thinking that's cool because they heard the horror stories and they keep on falling into the stories of you know, women are just money hungry, right? they're not supposed to be taken seriously or anything like that, right? Go get your money. So how do people heal from that particular ailment and disease? Because that's essentially what it is. It's a disease of the mind to say, uh, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
to be in that particular space.
Yeah, and you know, the way a man heals from that is, first of all, by being honest with yourself, looking at yourself and understanding what your position is. If you got traumas, my brother, go get them fixed. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? If you gotta go to some therapy, go get some therapy. You know what I'm saying? I know dudes that go to the gym every day, work out hardcore, and still got mental issues.
Oh yeah.
They think the gym is gonna say, no, the gym gonna make you healthy. But when you get with that lady, it ain't, you know, you start punching holes in walls. You know what I'm saying? That means you still got stuff going on. And I'm gonna tell you, my brother, any men out there, if a woman, well, let me tell this to the ladies, if you got a man that's yelling and screaming back and forth with you all the time, you know what I'm saying? You might want to see if he's really a man. And what I mean by that, I ain't talking about arguing. I'm talking about literally he taking it to the level. You yelling and screaming, he yelling and screaming. You throwing plates, he throwing plates. That man has feminine tendencies.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That man has feminine issues. He's a child still. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna keep it real. He's a child still. I talk to psychologists, y'all. I know what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to help the ladies. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the way you're gonna heal yourself, brothers, first of all, be honest with yourself. Too many men lie. Too many of us lie to ourselves. The second thing we need to do is that if you need help, go get help, right? And start working on yourself so you can raise a family and not pass on the trauma. And you're talking to somebody who had to get therapy, somebody who overcame depression, who was suicidal. I was suicidal. I wanted to kill myself all the time for no reason. You understand? So I was just a suicidal person. My wife would say, "Oh, it's a beautiful day." I'm like, "Oh, I just want to die." Stuff I should say to my wife. You understand? So I know what it takes to overcome something mental. That's why I tell you, ain't no excuse. How bad do you want it?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? How bad do you want to be healed?
Yeah.
I stopped lying to myself. That's what it was. And then I went and got some help. And then the thing that helped me the most was a book I tell y'all about all the time, Spiritual Growth by Sanaya Roman. It just helped me. Maybe it won't help everybody the same, but it helped me get my mind together. You about to say something, Dream?
No, that's good, Yosef. That's the same kind of energy that I fell into, because essentially what happened was I was attracted to the bad boy energy, because that's the thing that you think females want. You feel me? So now with this bad boy energy that I picked up as a young teenager, essentially, you know, you start doing things that's vicariously living in that particular lifestyle, and you're losing yourself. You feel me? So now I think a lot of young men, that's what they're battling with. I want the females. She doesn't like this kind of aspect of me that reads book, poetry, whatever, right? She was trying to stay away from that particular, or quote unquote, it seems like that's the stuff that seems more softer, or more how would you say, educational. Remember the kid in class, right? The nerds or whatever, or the smarter kids, they used to get picked on and shit. I was afraid in second grade. I stopped raising my hands because, you know, I was getting the questions right so much. I said, all right, well, you know what I'm saying? So now that trauma happens because these slower kids don't understand it. And now I'm pretending to be dumb. And that pretending to be dumb energy starts to impact your subconscious mind. And now you really become dumb. You know what I mean? Yeah. So then the bad boy energy comes on in the rappers. You know what I'm saying? You see the hood niggas getting to it all the time, and they're the ones that's you know what I'm saying, you seeing them with multiple females, and you seeing them with the baddest females that got money. So now the glamour is set in so heavy in your subconscious, you like, man, this is the route to go.
Right.
But it's a narrative, because essentially now you're not being your true authentic self. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't serve your greater good. So what I realized was I was angry in that particular state. I was low vibrational, because that's all I thought about was money, hoes, cars, and clothes, right? And essentially I had to break out of that spell and start doing what I loved, because essentially that brought me into a more higher state of peace with myself, because I was having this internal battle within that was, causing me to deteriorate from inside. You know what I'm saying? Just to look mad so I can get the female.
Crazy.
That is the craziest thing. Just to be, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what?
Right.
And some of that stuff used to work. I ain't gonna lie to you, but the girl was toxic. So now it's just toxic.
Exactly. Let me ask you this question, man. I see a question in here. We both can answer this question. This is a good question. I think it's a question that a lot of men need to hear. And we gonna tell the truth on this one, y'all. It says, can y'all explain the character traits of a man versus a boy?
Yeah, definitely.
What is the character traits of a man versus a boy? And I'll let you go first, brother.
Okay. Well, a man is somebody that knows, that has a direction, that has a plan, that has goals.
That's facts.
Right. That has a final destination. A boy is somebody that, like you said, is in that hypnotic rhythm state. So they're essentially just living, and they're more attuned to the pleasures of the world. But so the pleasures of the world is food, sex, and TV, and that's it. And there's no goal. Their goal is who's going to win this Sunday in the football game.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? There's nothing for them to see when they turn 50. They don't have no vision. They don't have no goal to hit. As a man, your ultimate mission on this earth is to accomplish your purpose-driven, a goal.
Absolutely.
And all men should have a particular goal. And it has to be big enough. It can't be none of these small goals, and it can't be a goal that's glamorized, right? It's something that speaks from your soul, because I get that a lot of times. Oh yeah, I want to just I want to just do parlays. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta make it on parlays.
I just want to just do parlays and I'll be good. Or your goal can't even be, I just seen you put silver up. Joseph, your goal can't even be, I just want to invest in silver.
Right. Exactly.
You're not aiming for nothing. You're not getting up to get something accomplished. See, a lot of times what happens is we've been tricked into believing that the comfort is a good thing.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You came down here to feel and work. You didn't come down here.
You hit that on the head, brother. You hit that on the head. Dudes
that's real. Now dive into it, Yosef, because it's real. It's like that's the only see, because a lot of times what happens is, because we get all the because of the programming since we was kids, our mom was basically raising us by themselves. We get into this docile state of just being beta man. And beta man is basically a boy, like what we've been talking about. So I think it's important for us to understand that this world was meant for us to feel, and you got to feel into the pain, and the pain is actually a beautiful thing. I just got off a fast yesterday and the day before yesterday, because I'm doing this alternate day fasting thing. Why? Just because. You see what I'm saying? So it's a different mentality to say, okay, I'm gonna just challenge myself right here just because.
Absolutely.
So, what I mean? We got to get into the space of understanding that growth.
And I like what you said about being uncomfortable, because men need to get used to that, because that's part of being a man. You know what I'm saying? You get problems fall in your lap, and you got to solve them sometimes. I had a hole in my roof pop up yesterday, y'all. Water coming through it, hitting my floor in my living room. I had to handle business. I had to do what I had to do, and we got a storm coming. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just saying, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna figure it. Man up, get it done, figure it out. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if it take you all day, right? Now to go into two, my philosophy on that would be, a man, you definitely got to know who you are. So You got to start the process of learning yourself as a man. Once, how you do that? Principles.
Facts, principles. Yep.
You got to find. You got to principles. Principles are important. Principles are moral. So once you get into those principles, family, you can start figuring out who you are, what type of man you are, because different types of men. But a man is a man, right? And then the biggest thing about a man, you know what I'm saying, is that he takes responsibility.
Facts.
And he handles responsibility. It's gonna get handled. Your wife and your lady need to have faith in you that it's gonna get taken care of. Now, somebody in here asked the question and said, "Well, if I'm not even making enough money, should I even date? Is it even worth dating if my finances are in order?" Listen, when I got married, my finances wasn't in order, but I was doing something though. I was working. So as long as you're working and you got a goal, I always had a goal in mind. As long as you got a goal in mind and you're working towards that and you got a job, yes, you can date. And you find a woman that can help you build. Right. Facts. You ain't gotta be making $100,000, or you make what you make and you building something. You're working on it every day. That's what it is. And sometimes as a man, you got days that's uncomfortable. You got, but everybody know when you go through that rough thing as a man and you overcome it, that good feeling you get, like, yeah, I took care of that business. You know what I'm saying? I took care of that. That's the feeling we should have. So responsibility is big being a man, and too many men avoid responsibility. Some men don't like responsibility. They run from it. You know what I'm saying? They run from it. They're trying to ease the way out.
Money is an illusion. So essentially what's happening is when you're saying, I need more money, then the spirit is going to essentially just keep on giving you that reality in the aspect of you need more money. The biggest aspect is to move with purpose, move with some kind of goal, some kind of life mission, and the money will come to you.
That's a
essentially
fact.
What happens is we're thinking backwards. We're thinking like humans, you know what I'm saying? We think because if we work harder, we're supposed to make money. Well, UPS or USPS ain't gonna pay you more because you moving them boxes a lot faster, right? That's your job for the moment, and it's an experience that you're going through to learn something to better yourself mentally.
Right.
That's all that is. Now, what you have to do is when you get off, right? You got a 9 to 5. You got to put in your 5 to 9. That's a man.
And you gonna work hard for yourself.
Yeah,
and
you
do it for the man. You know what I'm saying? I just want to say that real quick. Dream low. You gonna work harder for yourself than you did for the man.
Yep, exactly.
You know that's just a fact.
That's a fact.
You want to work harder for yourself, you know. So a lot of people want to have a business. You know, if you're working at UPS, you probably be trying to figure out how to get your own UPS store.
Facts.
You know, man, you gotta think like that.
That's a fact. And it's not even that deep. You hitting it, Joseph. That's right, because that's what I'm saying. Like, I think we're just not. You know what I'm saying? We're not thinking, or we're not moving into the space of what actually moves us because of the struggles. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you got to hit rock bottom, sometimes you got to hit rock bottom, but that's okay. You know, you're going to get up and fight for another day.
Right.
You're going to get to it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? The struggles of the day is hard, inflation, things of that nature, right? But that doesn't mean you can't put something down every day for yourself.
Right. Absolutely. So brothers, we just trying to, once again, for those who just coming in, this ain't just two random men talking. We got wives and we got children. So we telling y'all what it is and trying to give y'all the game early for y'all if y'all trying to, especially if you young brothers out there. And also the sisters can learn from this, you know. To find a man that's on his purpose, sisters. Don't be just getting no dude because he's handsome. You know what I'm saying? You deserve to have somebody that's handsome, right? But make sure this handsome man is working on his purpose. So you can get with him. You know, you can get with him or you can get behind him, whatever you want to do. Some men actually prefer their woman to work with them. That's fine. Some men prefer their woman to just support what they're doing. But they already know how to get the bag. They already know what they're doing. Hey, babe, just support me. You know what I'm saying? When I need you, be there for me. You see what I'm saying? Every family got their way of doing it. But if you're going to marry, don't marry for love. Marry for business purposes.
Right.
You can be in love without being married. Marry for business purposes. So everybody who watching this should leave this with the mindset of, family is business. You know what I'm saying? Tribology, the study of family. The tribe is the family. You know what I'm saying? The study of family. So the first family you're gonna have is me, myself, and I. You gotta learn how to get that in order. You know what I'm saying? Once you get that in order, you can build your family. But you can't. Every man is designed to be a leader. If you're not taking care of your business, young brothers, you ain't gotta be rich, but be working on yourself. Work on yourself.
See, we got to talk about masculine energy, Yosef, because that's an important aspect. Masculine energy is giving out, moving, action, movement. You feel me? That's why you have to go pursue the female. That's why you have to go accomplish your goal. That's why you have to hit the ground running. In the aspect of Shivatism, Shiva, he was a young sage, and he was in the forest naked. And the forest naked just means freedom, y'all. So it's not nothing sexual that they were saying in the myth. But essentially what happens is he's free, right? But that freedom is just free will. So essentially in his free will, all these particular different goddesses are coming out of the forest to play with him. And he's choosing his bidding. He's choosing. He's going for his. He's sleeping with this one, fornicating with this one, and going through the forest. And he's just lost. And eventually what happens is he gets stoned. But after he got out of that particular spell that he was in, he got into his work, got into his bag, and Brahma sent them back through the forest when he got disciplined and sound and got them principles that Yosef was talking about, right? So now this time through the forest, he's batting all the sexual deviants off. He's moving them out the way. He's pushing them out. And the one on the mountain is his. He's looking at the one on the mountain, and these sexual deviance is coming at him stronger and stronger, harder and harder. And he sees that one on the mountain, and he just focused on that goal. And essentially, he gets through the forest, climbs onto the top of the mountain, and gets to Shakti. Well, it's Prabhati, and it's Prabhati / Shakti. But essentially, she gets to the goal, which is the God. But the real goal of that woman is the knowledge of self. That's what this Shakti energy is. So, I think it's a big deal for us to understand that our mission, fellas, is to have discipline, sexual discipline, mental discipline, and discipline to hit a goal, hit a target, so we can be who we were destined to be on this earth realm.
Facts. I agree with that 100%. And if y'all got questions, y'all can continue to ask them as well. But yeah, I agree with that 100%. Because these are the things that we got to learn, that we can be distracted as men. If you don't have a goal, you just gonna fall for anything. Right. If you have a goal and a vision, and you focusing on that thing, you may say, "Hey, I want to be married one day. I want a good wife one day." And women gonna come. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen. Women are gonna show themselves to you. You're gonna run into a few. Some maybe try to get with you just to take some money from you. Some might be get you because they like you sexually. Some women may get you because you might be what they call them a simp. You know what I'm saying? You might be somebody she could play with. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's out there too. Yeah,
it's out there. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if you focus on a goal and a mission, you got certain principles. She just can't have you. Not any woman can have you, right?
Right.
So, and the vice versa, sisters. Be in your feminine energy. It's one thing that a lot of women don't want to hear, right? But it's the truth. And you got to. What excites a man? Let me explain it like this. When a woman hear a man pays his own bills, he has his own car, he worth, let's say, $100,000, right? He do what he want. He a single man, no children, working on his goals. Women get excited. Oh, he's a provider. That's the type of man I want. They get excited about that. But what women got to understand, you can't approach the man with the same thing. You can't approach the man saying how much money you make. You got this job, because men don't care about that. We don't get excited over a woman, money, or her job, or none. It's the truth, ladies. We don't. right? If y'all want something, you know, and this is coming from a man that's not hurt, a man that ain't been through 100. I'm telling you what it is. We don't care about none of that stuff. Men care about a woman being submissive. Men care about a woman who's in her feminine energy. And men care about whether or not he could be supported. You know what I'm saying? The weight is on him. The weight of the world is on him. He just want to make sure when he come home, he got to fight his woman. He got peace. He want to make sure his woman gonna give him peace when he come home. That's what it's about. They want to. Man is attracted to a woman that's in her feminine energy. That's what excites us. Oh, I cook, I clean. You know what I'm saying? I can support you. You know what I'm saying? You know, I can make the house a home. You know what I'm saying? I could do these type of things. You know what I mean? You know, if you got a business, I could help. I could learn your business and I could work with you. You know, I can support you, whatever you need.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If he's a good man, he'll support your dream too. He'll support your business. It's cool. Because any good man gonna empower his woman anyway. Now I want to be clear. We talking about good men and good women. Some people might have been through some bad relationships and say, well, these men ain't worth nothing. That's because you've been through bad relationships. We ain't talking about them type of men. We talking about real good men who you see he's working on his life. He has principles and things he's working on. We talking about those men. And we not talking about just any type of woman. We talking about women who are in their feminine energy, who know how to be submissive. Yes, whether women like it or not, men do like women that are submissive. Because we're natural born leaders. That's the way God made us. Right? Yeah. I'm not talking about men who don't lead, ladies. We're not even going to bring them up. We talking about the men that lead. We're looking for a woman that's going to be submissive and is going to support us. And we're going to support you naturally if we're good men.
You know?
Yeah. So brothers, we're not going to talk down on the women that did you dirty, because that was just we're not talking about those women. We're talking about good women. And sisters, we're not talking about the men that did you dirty. We're talking about the good men. So when good men and good women get together, they can make things happen.
Right. Absolutely. I'll show you, brothers. Joseph. I'll show you. That's fly. Yeah, Joseph. And then, you know, that's what we're talking about, especially with this event that we're holding February 14th. What we're trying to do is move like-minded individuals into a room together so they can actually build and grow and then make these kind of friendships. Or if it comes out to be in a relationship thing, or even into the aspect of maybe you see one that catches your eye and now you're courting her.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm telling you, me and Joseph, we're gonna put somebody's gonna get married out of this event. What?
Me and Dream did a lecture back in the day. I think they meet at our. I've had 3 people tell me they met at my events. You know what I'm saying? I think one of them back in the day with me and Dream, we did the event back in the day. But people come to the events, they meet people. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. You see that all the time. Yeah. They have relationships and everything. Yeah.
We're trying to create a space for if you're looking for somebody, you're tired of not finding that person, you know you're a good person, you ready for it, come on out. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to keep it real. We're going to have a panel at the end of it. We're going to talk, you know, and we're going to keep it real. Get it from advice from people who have successful marriages, who raising families, who telling y'all what it is. I'll be with my wife married 19 years this year, y'all. You know what I'm saying? 19 years I'll be married. So I could tell y'all a little something.
Absolutely. And also before the event, you're going to get this instant download from yours truly, Dreamwise, Brother Joseph, Wise. Mine is going to transform you into your purpose driven, because I understand that's a big aspect of a lot of what conscious people or spiritual people is looking for. So what I basically did was took the Hindu mythology gods and tapped into the aspect of living out your purpose, moving with your purpose, and how to figure it out using the guides. So I can't wait till y'all see that particular build. Do I got it on here? I wish I could.
And I got something for the ladies. I got something I'm gonna do for the ladies.
Man, mine. I'm telling you, dog. I can't wait till y'all see this. I don't know if I got it on this because I just got my computer fixed. But when y'all see this, oh boy, it's going down. Another thing that the family can do is they can get this book right here, Gods of Love and Ecstasy, The Traditions of Shiva and Dionysus. Gods of Love and Ecstasy. Very good book, very powerful book. And it's everything that Joseph is saying with the principles, right? This is basically like when you understand these mythologies for energies inside of you, what you're trying to do is unlock that Kundalini energy and be that more masculine, supreme male. So the same thing with the goddesses as well, right? Living in your divine feminine purpose. See, this yin and yang energy has to be a thing of uh high vibrational energy. It's balance, it's being holistic, being whole within yourself. So you can keep on giving, right, to the people behind you that's coming forth. So I think, you know, this is a huge book that changed my life for the better. Taoist Secrets of Love, Mantak Chia, you know, anything Mantak Chia. And, and you want to kind of fall into the aspect of, you know, getting into the work. I remember when I first uh, rid myself of the drugs and the distraught nature of being a ego whore or a glamour whore, right? Essentially, what I did was I cut off the TV, cut off the social media, and just was by myself, one deep. You feel me? This was before I was married. And essentially, I was just in my study heavy, in my spiritual work heavy, in my study heavy by myself. I would go to work. This is when I had a job. I would go to work, come home, read, do the spiritual work, and do that over at astral travel, do whatever. I was in it heavy, right? And essentially what I did, I came out of that, and essentially D-Ray was at the end of that pot of gold. Because I was still talking to females because, you know, it's an urge for masculine men to have a female presence or a feminine energy in their midst. So I was still talking to them, but some of the females that I was seeing was just not cutting it, right? I was going through the courting thing you're talking about, Yosef. You see what I'm saying? So now I'm talking to multiple females at a time. Boom. But the only one that really caught my eye, D-Ray Wise. And it was because of a simple vibration that we had, an understanding, the laughter. You know, some of these earth dwellers and the Christians, they be hard to break through. You feel me? Because they can't let their hair down. So with D-Ray, she was more open, more willing, and essentially, you know what I'm saying, we got 4 beautiful kids and a healthy, strong, powerful, loving relationship.
Ashe.
Yes,
that's powerful. Yep. That's powerful. I want to say this real quick, my brother. I can't pronounce the sister name. I know the last part of her name says Nicole G. She said at the event, do you know if there'll be more men getting tickets? There'll be more. Is there more men getting tickets than men? I think she means more women getting tickets than men.
Right now it's about even, and y'all gotta hurry because these tickets are going fast, and you know we got an exclusive amount because we're trying to keep it real exclusive and real. How would you say? We're trying to keep it real intimate. You feel me? Because essentially we got a whole bunch of different things that we're doing that's going to actually move the needle. Yeah,
right. Absolutely.
So I think so. You know, you're gonna meet some men. Like I said, hey, my dogs is coming out. My Patreon brothers, they coming. They ready. They've been getting. We have our book club every Wednesday and Saturday, and they ready. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So then,
ladies, if you don't meet the man you want, you know what I'm saying? Don't give up. Just come on out and learn something, and maybe on the next one you'll meet some. You know, just
And you know what I'm saying? Give that brother a chance, man. I know he's 5'9", but hey, short guys need love too.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it might be a big boy there. The big boys need love too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hey, you know,
big boys surprise you. You know,
at least you know you'll penetrate through the religion thing,
right?
You know, the majority of our people there is going to be spiritual.
Yeah, they're gonna be spiritual.
Yeah,
right. You can skip over the whole what you believe in thing. You know what I mean?
Facts. And you know that's a big first part of it. Religion. It never fails. Like even when I was single doing my thing, church was a big caveat. Jesus. You know, they knew I wasn't with it, so it seemed like they wasn't really, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, this ain't gonna be the one. But I would go to church from time to time just to support them. But essentially, I was still trying to convince them that right. And essentially that convincing is a lot of energy. It's tiresome. You know, you're not trying to change nobody's mind, and you're not trying to be in the space of having kids where they have to go to church and now they're confused because their dad's a spiritualist, mom's a Christian. So, you know what I'm saying? I think that basis of spiritual foundation is important to have with the people that you're meeting at this particular event, like-minded individuals.
Absolutely, absolutely. Another thing she said that's powerful. She said, "I'm submissive when a man shows integrity in all that he does and is truthful. When I am safe to express my feminine energy, my femininity, and do not have to manage the man." I respect that, sis. I respect that. I want to say this too, based on what you just said, bro. About Christianity. I was watching this show, I think it was yesterday, and this young black kid, he travels all over the world. He goes to different places, and of course, you know how to get the people watch it. You know, I met this girl. So he meets this Indian girl in the middle of a market. So she likes him, and she says, "Hey, why don't you come back tomorrow and I'll take you around?" So he said, "Cool, I'll stay another day." He goes back tomorrow. The lady, the Indian lady, born and raised in India, takes him to a Christian church. It blew my mind. It was Indian people in there calling on the Lord. These are people with an established spiritual system already. It blows my mind when I see people in Africa who are Christians, you know, and then I see people in India who are Christian. It blows my mind. It's like, yo, at least y'all got culture.
Right.
African Americans never had culture like that. We had to accept Christianity. We lost everything. Right. Y'all actually got a choice, and y'all still taking the Christianity. I blew my mind.
Yeah.
Blew my mind. I was like, this is nuts. This is crazy.
A lot of it is you know, survival mode energy, like, you know what I'm saying? The Christian theology, people come into these countries and these cultures and they dump large amounts of supplies, money, food, water, whales, all of this particular stuff into their world and say, hey, you got to follow this kind of status quo though. You feel me? So then what happens is they do that in the 60s, in the 70s, in the 80s. And by the time you get to the 90s, the Africans forgot who they were. They forgot about Yoruba religion, their spiritual systems, all of that particular things. And essentially they just fall into limbo of themselves.
Right. I agree.
So you know, it is a structural thing to take back your power and to have this foundational practice of spiritual work, spiritual power. Because essentially that's all you are. And you don't want to keep on getting caught up in this dogmatic religion that's you're thinking something is outside of yourself. Right. And everything is within.
Right. Absolutely. I agree 100%, brother.
So let me ask you this, Joseph. So, you know, the sexual energy is a real powerful force. How do we, how would you say, combat that when the lust bunnies are
out? You know, let's keep it all the way 100. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it all the way 100 because people grown, people gonna do what they do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Listen, I talk to these single men and single women all the time. Look, sexual intercourse is gonna happen between the two adults every now and then. I just tell people, be careful who you lay with because you don't want to lay with the wrong person. You know what I'm saying? And people gonna have issues. They gonna have you know, things you don't want to catch. They can have spiritual things you don't want to catch. So as a spiritual person, you know, be careful. You know, but every now and then people, you know, they find that one person that can come and do what they do on Wednesday and Friday. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people do. And if you're spiritual, have fun because this ain't no religion we in, or church we in, right? Do what you do, but be responsible and be reasonable who you land with. Sisters, if you got the one guy who can knock it out the park, but you know he hustle and he can live a dangerous lifestyle and something bad happen or some bad energy jump on you, that's you. You know, vice versa. Brothers, if you know she out there partying every weekend, you know she not, and you get something, it's you, right? So as spiritual people, it's going to happen. Now, you got to have self-control once you find that one, right? So I would tell people, even if you are single and you out here, you know, you still gonna have to learn self-control. You know what I mean? And that's gonna come with living by certain principles. Your principles will keep you in line.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't live like that. I ain't made that way. You know what I'm saying? I don't stand for that. Those things in your mind will keep you guarded and keep you grounded. And like I say, the reason why people fall victim because they don't have no principles.
Well, that's good, Joseph. Yeah, that's
You know
powerful.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you are a sister or a brother, you live by a certain code and certain principles, then you're just not gonna make those mistakes because
Right.
it forces you to live the way you're supposed to live. You see what I'm saying? And you know, people fake and shake and they pretend they live in principles, but the truth always comes out.
Right.
The truth always comes out. So I'm saying it to say, be careful if you're spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful who you lay with. Be careful who you know what I'm saying? You know, what happens. You got to be responsible. You know what I'm saying? For the men and the women. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're going to overcome that by having principles.
That's good, Joseph. That's power. Yeah, sexual energy is the strongest, most potent energy that we have. And essentially, we have to look at the aspect of protecting our sexual energy and understanding what it actually is. So a lot of times, fellas is just giving it out, giving it out, giving out. You giving out this thing can literally create a baby, and you're giving it to the lust bunny that doesn't deserve it.
Right. At least if you have somebody who you know, if a baby happened, I think I can
rock with that. Yeah. So you know what I mean, but not just, you know what I'm saying, and then not even just that, the cultivation of moving up your sexual energy, Mata Chia, and all the Taoist, the secrets of love, right? Moving that up is worth more to you than giving it to somebody that doesn't care about you.
Right. That's a fact.
So the more you hold your seed, the more you cultivate that sexual energy upwards, the more you'll start living in your divine purpose, and you'll start feeling more alive, fellas. And you'll start moving in a particular state where Yosef is talking about with principles, because your higher mind is taking over.
Right. And you get a sister with no principles, brother, then you may have to fight to see your baby. You know what I'm saying? And sister, you get a man with no principles. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He may try to put his hands on you. You know what I'm saying? He may cause you drama in your life. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If you get a man with no principles, you know what I mean? So it's important, if you're gonna date, at least date people that's on a certain level. Mm-hmm. I would tell people, date somebody that got something to lose. Mm-hmm. You know, if you at least date a man to the point where if you know you got pregnant by him, he's willing to be a father.
Right.
Y'all may not fully be together. Y'all may do what y'all do on Wednesday and Friday. You know what I'm saying? But you know this man can take care of himself. And if it goes down, he's not gonna run from being a father.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's good.
You date a dude that live with mama, or he not financially, you know, we gonna keep it real. Mm-hmm. He's not financially where he need to be. And you having sex with him, and then he say, I can't take care of no baby right now. Then that's on you, sis. That's on both of y'all. But you lay with him. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at all these things. You know what I mean? You gotta look at all these things, family.
Yeah, you talk about 18 seconds of pleasure for 18 years of
18 seconds.
For 18 years of, you know what I'm saying? You gotta take care. You gotta fight with somebody because remember, y'all are coming together to make a baby that's in love. And if you're making this baby in lust, essentially that baby might come into having problems. You know what I'm saying? It might not be in the aspect of, you know what I'm saying, listening to you. You know what I'm saying? Might have different kind of situations that, you know, some of us had to deal with based off of being born in lust.
And let me say this too, brother. What you're saying is so deep. Because we gonna keep it real. We keep it real.
Keep it real, yeah.
Some people never made love before.
You
shaking the bushes now.
True,
shaking bushes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Keep it real. Yeah. What's that song go? Is it bad that I never made love, but I sure know how to?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I could do that all day. But I never made love. Love is another level. When you're with somebody you in love with, and you know, you could throw some turn off the lights. You know what I'm saying? Just turn the song on. You might want to throw the Twin Flame song on, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm just keeping it real, because when you with somebody you love and y'all both trying to help each other grow and build, and you make love, it's a whole nother difference from just, you know, having sex.
Right, right.
You enjoy it on a whole nother level.
Right. Like I get it as at first 18, 16, all them young ages when you're having sex, you know what I'm saying? You're exploring the sexual realm and you're just trying to figure this thing out. And you're trying to figure out your lower nature. What happens is you grow into more mature aspects of what sex is, which is actually uh, uh a practice of uh tapping into the fourth dimension, fifth dimensional beings. You feel me? Because we're living fourth dimensionally now. But as you're making love in the form of being, I mean, really entranced in this particular soul, right? Now you take yourself out of the earth and you're basically out of the circle of time, which is no time at all. So time ceased to exist in that moment. And that's a beautiful thing because essentially, you know what I mean, that's what we are. Holistically is love. So
that's
now,
go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, brother.
Well, that's the biggest expression. Right. That's the biggest expression that we have down here is to, you know what I mean, lose yourself in this thing called love. Bobby used to say it a lot, especially in his love tape. Lose yourself because that's when time doesn't exist.
It's a fact. That's a fact. And what I was gonna say real quick is that's what the whole song Nirvana tonight is about, y'all. You go into that place in between your thoughts. The place where the thing just talk. Huh? It's gonna be written by somebody who made love before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know okay, yeah, I can hear that. Yeah, that's
you gonna dissolve into the place. You know what I'm saying? That's when we reach Nirvana tonight. You know what I'm saying? That's what that song is about. So now I want to say this real quick. Lynn Dream said, "Love making equals partner worship and surrender." That is so true.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? You hit that on the head, sis. Love making equals partner worship and surrender, vulnerability, all that come with that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not the jackhammer. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. So, and that's something that can only be experienced, not explained.
Right.
But yeah.
It's basically communicating astral energy through vagina and penis.
Absolutely. It's going into real tantra.
Right.
See, I told y'all a secret years ago that love is, mastering love is the secret to becoming an alchemist. I gave y'all a game years ago, right? But if you think, right, tantra, sex, when it comes to tantra, that sex is the lowest version of it. There's only one part of tantra. Tantra is really learning how to give life to something or take life away from something. And that's why Aleister Crowley could kill people with sex. Those who studied he was a sex wizard. Aleister Crowley, he can kill and he can create with sex. Sex is that powerful, the sex force. So really, tantra is about learning to control the sex force to create love.
Yes.
And you do it naturally when you make love. You know what I'm saying? You can create a baby, but you can also sexually and magically create whatever you want.
Yeah.
Make your dream come true.
There's this wise sage, metaphysical teacher or spiritual teacher, Nitchamna. Y'all think most of y'all might have heard of Nitchamna. He basically places his hand by the female's vagina and then she starts orgasming. So you know what I'm saying? That's a power that we have, fellas, that we can tap into without our phallus. See what I'm saying? We have to be able to tap into them super senses, our sixth sense, which is a sensual, subtle energy that females can feel you before you even enter in the room.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So y'all know how y'all feel, Yosef, when we go to these conferences. I'll be like, God dang, Yosef, or big, it takes over the whole shrine. You can feel it in the whole room. You're like, man, I just walked in here. Why I feel so good? That's because Yosef is in here, baby. You see, there you go. Man,
no, bro, I don't know what you mean, bro. You know what I'm saying? But no.
I know because I'll be standing by you and I'll be like, God damn, I'm feeling just okay. I can do it.
My consciousness shifts. I do. So when I was on Brother Rich show not too long ago, and I was talking about going to a place in your mind where you become the observer. And when you observe her, you could change the channel. And sometimes when I need to be a chief, I'm a chief. When I need to be Brother Yosef, I'm Brother Yosef. And when I need to be home and be JoJo and be dad or a husband, I could be that. So I literally switch consciousnesses. And that's when my aura expands or it contracts or things happen. Like I literally learn. I'm telling y'all a big secret. Like you need to learn how to become an observer. I talk about that in this book and I teach you how to do it. You need to become an observer and get into that place in your mind where you can sit back and look at your thoughts. Like, man. And you start realizing, why in the world do I think like this? You know what I'm saying? And then, like I say, you realize this ain't coming from me. Or it has been mutilated by my lower self. It was a positive thing that was given to me that has been mutilated because of the way I think, the way I look at stuff. You know what I mean? So, yeah, but I'm gonna stop talking about all this stuff.
No, you know, it's so interesting. We had talked about earlier. You was talking about the brother that mentioned in the comments, talking about, well, I don't have no money right now. What is this money aspect? Well, we got to talk about the reverse, the polarity of that. And fellas, everybody should have a bigger purpose than money. You feel me? That's just a tool to use to fuel your purpose and the dharma that you express in giving to others and expressing it through genuinely, holistically loving and appreciating others through your artistry, through your work, is your dharma, is your purpose driven. But on the other side of that, we know there's a aspect of females that have been manipulated into this money thing, and now they lead with the bag, or they must have the bag first. So remember, I was telling Yosef the other day about this app, this courting app. This female created an app, and in the app, you have to put her amount of money. Basically, any female could do it. They put their amount of money, like if it's $500, then she could choose to date you. So you put the 500, then she'll choose if she'll date you or not.
That's crazy, bro.
I said, this
that's
world.
Crazy. That's a simp app.
That's a simp app. Yeah, the simp app. That's what we call it. Because it might get big, Joseph. And
yeah, we're gonna do it. Trust me. When they see, oh, I can date her, here go all the money. You know what I'm saying?
Well, she still has to choose it. So let's say her total is 1,000. Any simp can put 1,000, right? But then she has to be like, okay, do I really want to take this dude out on a date? So if she take the 1,000, then she got to go on the date.
Man, I give credit where it's due. Whoever girl, she's a hustler for real. Like she's a genius. Whatever girl create that, I shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if you get you a few simps, that's cool. You know what I'm saying?
The strategy behind it is crazy. Yeah, like the mind of, because you know, I mean, we keeping it real, man. One of our local spiritualists created his energy of get the bag first. And essentially, we got to understand females, like, you know what I'm saying? If you're asking for money, then you're in the wrong vibration, in the wrong thought form of being with somebody.
Right.
You know, money comes and goes, right? So now you have a man, you leave with the money. Hey, I need you to do my hair, pay my car note, pay my rent, whatever, right? And now all of a sudden you with this man, and all of a sudden he slip inside of you. You finally give it up. He slip inside of you, pregnant. You don't want to abort the baby because you know you got morals and principles. Boom! Now you have a baby with somebody you never really liked.
Right. Absolutely.
It's a money baby.
It's a money baby. Right. People,
money is a money grab.
Right. Right. And people got to be careful, man. You know what I'm saying? That's some crazy stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? And people gonna fall for it with that app. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's a sad thing, but yeah, don't chase the money first, because if you get a man that loves you, ladies, and once again a good man, it's a lot of bad men with money. Let's keep it real. I'm talking about a good man with money who adore you, he love you, and he shows it. He's gonna give you whatever you want anyway, because a man's wife is his glory.
Yeah.
All right, brother, you said I can care less about how I look half of the time.
Yeah,
but I care about how my wife and my daughter look. Your family, brothers, listen to me. Your family reflects what type of man you are.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? If your wife not able to get nothing nice, if your children don't have nice things, you gotta look at yourself as a man and say, well, how can I get my family a better situation? Forget you. It ain't about us. It's about the family. You come last. You know what I'm saying? It's about taking care of your family, because your family and your wife is your glory. If they look good, you look good, brother. Ain't nobody worried about you got on. You can have some Kmart shoes on. If your lady looking nice every day, nails done, hair done, baby girl, your son haircut, everything, everybody gonna look at you and go like this. Good job, sir. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna understand. You know what I mean? So we can't, as men, we gotta think about that. You know what I mean?
Facts.
We gotta definitely think about that, man. So yeah, you know what I'm saying?
We got to think about it like even this, man. Bill Gates and them, right? They don't dress up particularly in the space of shining and showing off and showing out. They're about their purpose. They're trying to grow something. You feel me? Jeff Bezos, they're like, let me hit my target, let me hit my purpose. So they're going for theirs. So the energy fatigue doesn't happen in them trying to choose what kind of watch they're going to wear and what kind of shiny necklace they're going to have and what kind of shirt they're going to put on. You feel me? It's more so about the female being able to understand your energy. When you meet a particular female, and we're going to have something, fellas, before the conference, because we want to meet with all the fellas before the conference.
Yes.
Me and Joseph to make sure we establish a certain energy when you walk in the room, because we want the fellas to come with their best energy yet. You feel me? And we want them to come real thorough, real proper, and you know what I'm saying, have a powerful time at the event, but it has to be done with love and respect. So we're gonna meet with the fellas also. That's also another caveat if y'all get y'all tickets. So get them now before you miss this particular stream of consciousness that we're gonna bring into the fold at this event.
Right. Absolutely. So it's gonna be dope, y'all. I'm telling you, it's gonna be the first of many. Right? It's gonna be dope. You might even have some surprise guests. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Some other stuff may pop up. You know? You never know. So you don't want to miss it. It's gonna be a great time. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be dope, family. If you are able to, come on out in person. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna set a nice vibe for you. Trust me, you're gonna have your moments where you're gonna be able to chill, walk around, grab your little finger food, and talk to people. You're gonna have all those moments. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have the wristband for the single people, wristband for the couple. So you don't worry about getting mixed up. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna know who's who up in there. All right. So my brothers, y'all told me if I do this, y'all coming down, man. You know what I'm saying? And the ladies gonna be there. I'm telling y'all, the ladies gonna be there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, come on out. You know what I mean? And I pray, and I want to pray. I know that it's gonna be some couples made at this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? I know that for a fact. So I'm looking forward to that. And if I could help and assist in that, if we can help and assist in that, then we're gonna keep doing it, family.
Yeah, because I think one of the biggest aspects, especially in the relationship department and the single department, is I've grown into a lot of different understandings, you know, spiritually sound and, you know, physically sound that moves the needle that I've seen that work for me. And just understanding the different stages of my life actually helps me tremendously, you know, become more conscious and aware. I think that observer effect is right, Yosef. The ultimate observer is you being able to step outside of your body and observe yourself from, you know, that third person point of view and see yourself in the act. You feel me? And understand, are you in it for lust or are you in it for an adventure to experience in court? So yes. That's going to be a powerful thing. Understanding how to build with females, right? We don't want to give up all the game, but we're going to give out a lot of game during the thing. Understand, you know what I'm saying, the different dimensions you can go through with a female, especially spiritually. And, you know, and, you know, without telling it all, I think it's going to be transformative and mind shifting to hear some of the perspectives and to hear some of the spiritual tools that Joseph and I have been talking about.
Right. Yeah, y'all gonna be able to ask whatever y'all want. Y'all can actually even ask me about my personal stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, man. You can talk about it.
Laura said, "Don't be shy, y'all.
Don't be shy." Right.
Hey, that's why we helping the brothers out. That's why we're helping the brothers out before, because we want to be able to establish a certain code that we're going to give y'all in order to understand how to make this courting thing work. You know what I'm saying? Or just make this friendship thing work, because you know what I'm saying? We're not trying to be creepy, right? And we want the fellas to be able to be thorough and strong in their ability to have a good time, right? I think that's the biggest aspect of it. Like when fellas are in their head too much, that's when things go wrong.
Yes, just be yourself, brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody asked me where is it going to be located, Shrine of the Black Madonna, right here in Houston, Texas, February 14th. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna do this thing, y'all. We're gonna have we will have a photographer there. You know what I'm saying? So come dressed good, nice, and you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a good time, family. It's gonna be a good time. So yes. We'll see if we have any more questions. If not, then we probably gonna call it an evening.
Let me see if I can put the link up.
Anybody have any last questions? Yes, it's better when you to lead a representative behind. Okay, let me see. Grow emotionally intelligent, man. Yes, emotional intelligence is super important. You know what I'm saying? Super important. Yes, it will be beautiful. Peace and blessings to everybody. So yes, we thank y'all for coming on. I want to thank Brother Dreamwise for coming in. You know what I'm saying? And this is a really good talk. I know y'all learned something from this, especially the men. You know what I'm saying? The brothers, I know we spoke to y'all, man, and you guys have an understanding. You got no excuse now. You understand how important principles are as a man. If you walking around, you ain't got nothing that you stand for, you'll die for. Sometimes it takes you to get a family to have something, right? Even Martin Luther King said, a man who hasn't found nothing to die for ain't fit to live.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So have them principles that you're willing to stand on. You know what I'm saying? Which is everything. You know what I mean? And that's what we're trying to bring back, y'all. We want to bring back real life principles so people can, and that's something spiritually that people miss out on. So will there be a webinar?
Oh yeah, well, there will be a recording. So if you purchase a ticket, everybody will get a recording, but those are the people that's only going to get the recording. If you're trying to wait for the recording later, then hey, that thing going to be sky high. So you know what I'm saying? If you're trying to get in, like, because I heard a few people saying that they're not going to be able to make it just based off of we're saying location. And that's another thing. I want the family to be safe this weekend. Y'all be careful. The weather is kind of crazy and all of that. But everybody will definitely get a recording and the 3 instant downloads. And then the brothers will meet with myself and Joseph. And then the goddesses will have a chance to meet before the event with D. Ray and another queen. And look, hey, we're gonna set y'all right for when y'all come into the stage and show up and show out. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a new love energy for real.
Right, absolutely. And let me say this too: if you want to perform a little poetry or something, let us know. If you're a singer, and you want to let the ladies know what time it is, you can sing, brother. Or even sister, if you can sing, let us know. Email us. What's the email?
Email us. It is new. Hold on, let me find it
real quick.
Because
let me see real quick.
You can email us or you can DM me. Well, don't DM me because that's my DM is crazy.
So it's New Love Events.
Yeah, New Love Events. Okay, I got it. newloveevents@gmail.com.
So that's NULOVE events, EVENTS at gmail.com.
Absolutely. I'm gonna try to put it. Let me put it in the chat real quick.
You can put it in the chat.
Yeah.
So new love events at gmail.com. You email us there if you want to perform a poem for us, or you got something you want to sing. You know, we open to that. You know what I mean? We're gonna have games and other stuff going on, but we gonna, you know, and we know for a fact it's gonna be some couples made. So it's gonna be a great time. Great time.
Absolutely, absolutely. We know for a fact because we already see it, baby. So, what last question, Yosef? How early should a male share his vision during the courtship?
I think over a time, because when we talk about courting, it's gonna be a couple dates. You know what I mean? Right. I would say don't give it all away in the first night, but over time, if you trust her, you know, because sometimes you want to share stuff with the wrong people, they'll steal it from you. You know, but if you trust her and y'all both start to build trust, which is important in relationships, I would say, yeah, slowly share your vision with the person. Let a person know where you're trying to go in life. You know what I'm saying? And then see what it is. You know, see what it is. And, you know, y'all both, there's sometimes you'll vibe, but, you know, it may be one small thing that's a pet peeve. You know what I'm saying? And as a person, you got to see if you can overcome that or not. You know what I mean? Because you might be looking to be with this person for life. And even with all that courting stuff, you still stages to learning a person. You still don't know a person. You may court a person for a whole 2 months. You go on dates with them for a whole 2 months, and then you decide to take it to the next level. 2 months is pretty good. You know, you take them out. Y'all talking on the phone for 2 months straight. Y'all done dated. That's to some people that probably sound crazy, but 2 months is good. You know, y'all gave each other time to get to know each other. Yeah. Then you take it to the next level. There's stages to it. Some people go from 1-2 dates straight to the bedroom, and then straight to, you know, it's too fast. You got to take it slow. You got to get to know people. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Might say 1 year.
Hey, 1 year. Hey. It's going down. Hey, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
4 months, 6 months, a year. Hey, 1 year.
You know, I understand sometimes y'all like each other so much until it happens. You're like, okay, we've been liking each other. We both vibe. We see, we done been in each other's house already. We see what it is, you know?
Yeah, remember, fellas, courting is the aspect of you can see this person being your wife, being somebody that's a business partner of yours. Right. So naturally, as you're courting, you're understanding her mind, understanding her tendencies. Does she have good mother qualities? Is she somebody that's a supportive partner in a vision that you might have? You know what I'm saying? You can start off, you can give her something small and say, oh, okay, let me see how I can help by this way. You know what I'm saying? Does she look to assist and nurture? Because that's the divine feminine energy quality, nurturing, right? Yes. See, if a female really cares about you, she's going to nurture and water your ideas.
That's right. That's right. And as a man, ladies, a man naturally going to be turned on to your nurturing. He sees you nurturing, you know, the fact that you love children, or you just always nurturing something. You might be nurturing him, giving him advice and stuff like this. A man going to be attracted to that because a man loves to be taken care of. And because you take care of him, he going to take care of you.
Facts. Yeah.
He gonna take care of you. You know what I
mean? That doesn't mean, fellas, to be because you know they got some men that, you know, use their dipstick to control women and stuff. And essentially what they're doing is they're at home playing video games and they don't have no direction, but the females are just lonely. So it's basically low vibrational people stuck in a funk, and she's coming home mad at him because she worked all day and he's at the house playing the video game, drinking and smoking with his partners.
Right. Facts.
So you know what I'm saying? That's the low vibrational energy. High vibrational way is understanding that the men go out and hunt and bring home the bacon for the females to cook it up. So then y'all can have a holistic understanding and keep on growing y'all kingdom. And that's powerful.
Absolutely. And if somebody asks, do you think it's 6 months a good time to know you're compatible with somebody? I would say you can know whether you're compatible with somebody within a few weeks or a month. You know, because you feel the vibe, and by y'all talking, you know this person, right? But just because you're compatible doesn't mean that you're ready to make this person a husband or a wife. You see what I'm saying? Doesn't mean that it's all the way there yet. That takes more time. You know what I'm saying? So there's levels to trusting and building in a relationship. Right. So you feel a vibe off somebody and like them, and y'all don't have no issue for 2 or 3 months, right? And then there may be a pet peeve or maybe something about it down the line that you like, okay, I didn't see this before. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see this before, and that could take months because everybody to a degree hides at first. And then you eventually, I would say 3 months can't nobody hide. 3 months, you always see a real person come out. You're going to see a whiff of it come out. And that's when you'll know. So you could know that within, I would say 3 months. It wouldn't even take 6 months.
Right. And the last thing is we got to get off the aspect of looking at people's zodiac signs and thinking that's them.
Right. That's a fact.
You don't know them. They're not the zodiac sign. See, you'll have a misconception of somebody because of their sun sign. Like that's their human energy. If they're a spiritual being, which a lot of us are saying we are, then they're rising above the 12 and they're becoming the 13, Christ consciousness. So they have a whole different personality trait that actually moves them further than the zodiac human urges. Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I just want, because when's your birthday? And you hear that, when's your birthday? Right. Oh, you're a Gemini. Okay. I'll see you later.
Yeah. And I would say pay attention to red flags. I think women fall for it more. They pick the wrong guys because they don't pay attention to the red flags. Pay attention to the red flags. You know what I'm saying? Because men will try to trick you to get in your pants, right? But pay attention. You're going to see the red flags. If you choose to ignore it, you can't blame nobody but yourself. There will be red flags, and vice versa. The men, you may see a red flag. That's important. Sometimes people ignore that and they let it slide. Like you may get mad if she may pour water in your face one day. Pour water in my face. You know what I'm saying? Something simple like that. It could be you pour water in my face, or she may spit on your feet or spit on your sneakers, or if something weird like that. Like you just spit on me, and then you let it slide. You forgive her, but I promise she was gonna have. If she did it that easy, it's gonna happen again.
Let me ask you one more question, Yosin. What do you think about when you meet the mama? And what does meeting the mama and seeing the mama's tendencies reflect on the daughter?
I would say not always, because I do know some women. Sometimes it can, because a mama will be, because that girl's a part of her mother. You know what I'm saying? Especially if her mama raised her, a part of her mama's gonna be in her. But a lot of girls, and I know a lot of women who are totally opposite of their mothers. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't never want to be. Right. They know what their mother are, and they're like, I don't want to be like that. I see the way mama talk to daddy. I don't want to talk to my husband like that. You know what I'm saying? The women see stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I would say sometimes it reflects and sometimes it does. Sometimes a woman is just like her mother, 100%. You know what I'm saying? And because sometimes a woman, one of the number one things a woman will have from their mom is the mouth. The mama talking crazy, sometimes the woman be talking crazy. Their daughter talk crazy.
Right.
And they don't even know it because that's how they talk. So they call a man a bitch in a second. I don't respect no women that call a man a bitch. You know what I'm saying? She has no respect for you. That's a red flag, brother. If she calls you a bitch, why are you with her?
Right.
She don't respect you. She told you what she thinks you are. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. If he calling you a low down, dirty, this and that, he telling you what he think it is. You know what I'm saying? Red flags. You got to pay attention to them.
Yeah, because if you see a mom that disrespects her husband or her boyfriend, we're not going to say that's a red flag, but you definitely need to be able to look at your partner and understand what they're thinking about that situation in the moment. So that way you're not caught up in their subconscious mind, because they might not be disrespecting you yet. But if you see that happening in between their parents' relationship, and they're just like, oh, y'all just so silly and all of this. Or if they come to you and, man, I really don't understand why they do that, then you know you got a healed female, fellas, right? If you see her kind of move into the space of like, yeah, that's right, mama, tell him. That's your daddy. Right. What? Tell him what?
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
and let me say this too. That's why sometimes if you're young, try to find your lady while y'all young. That's important. You know what I'm saying? Get your lady while y'all young, and y'all get a chance to grow. Yes. Because when y'all young, your woman's mind could change. It can grow and develop outside of a woman. It's a big difference dating a woman when she's 25 and dating a woman when she's 45. She's 45, she's most likely stuck in her ways. She probably gonna think a certain way. But if she's 25, she's still developing and learning who she is. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So as a man, you can learn how to be the leader. She can learn how to submit. You guys can learn how to do it. And that's something me and my wife learned along the way. You know, we learned how to play roles in a relationship. We didn't figure it, we didn't know right away. We thought we knew, but over time it played out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's, you know, a lot of people say, oh man, look at you got a good relationship. I was like, y'all don't know what we've been through. We've been through ups and downs, and you know what I'm saying? You know, me and my wife don't argue today, but when we was in our 20s, we argued like anybody else. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to have disagreements in a marriage. That's going to happen because ain't no such thing as a perfect marriage. Right. And I want you ladies to get that out of your head. Ain't no such thing as a perfect man. He don't exist. You're going to get it's the 80-20 when the 80-20 rule is where. You know what I'm saying? You be lucky you're going to get 80% of what a good man is. But the most important qualities is what you're looking for. Same thing with the brothers. Brothers, you ain't gonna get no perfect woman. But together, y'all can kind of make up for what each other's lacking. And that marriage could be 100%. Right. What y'all do could be 100%. Y'all could build 100%, but it still ain't gonna be perfect. You understand? Right. So I want people to think about that. Absolutely, absolutely. Ashe. Yeah, shout out to y'all, family. Shout out to everybody that came in. Shout out to everybody in the chat and everybody that's going to be in the comments. You know what I'm saying? We're going to love to see y'all at this event in H-Town, Texas. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. We're looking forward to it, family. To start the year for 2026. I think this is going to be something great. So, yes, come on down. I appreciate you guys so much for being in here watching. You know what I'm saying? This was just a beautiful conversation. You guys asked some really good questions tonight. Once again, please be safe. Hopefully, y'all went to the store and got everything y'all needed. We don't know how bad this storm gonna be. Some people playing it off. Oh, did this before. You never know. Some states may get hit worse than others. So please protect yourself. If you got children, especially, you know, y'all know Brother Yosef did tons of videos on what you should have to protect yourself. They out there. So hopefully y'all listen to those videos and watch, you know, videos that's gonna protect it. You know, people should be into that type of stuff anyway if you have a family, because you just never know what's gonna happen in our world. Absolutely. All right. Absolutely. So stay safe, y'all. Be safe, and we will talk to y'all in the next one. All right. Peace and love, everybody. Peace and love. You guys have a great evening. Peace. Peace.